This one actually made my jaw drop. I can't do everything, you know? I mean, because I don't like you either. That is so funny. Oh, I love chicken nuggets. Can I say that? Probably not. Right. That's what I think about that, but that's hugely wrong. Hello, welcome to another video slash vlog. I mean, this is classed as a vlog, but we're not really vlogging. The camera is set up. It's giving a traditional YouTube video. Can you see the dog hopping around because of his broken leg? If you can hear him, actually, I'm not going to apologise because if you can hear him, you can hear him, and that's that. Anyway, I haven't been vlogging much this week because literally all I've been doing is... Do you want to come up? This is what I've been doing. Come here. Oh, right, he's punking me. I've been doing a lot of heavy lifting with Rubes because he hasn't really been able to go anywhere or do anything. He's just had a licky mat, so he stinks of peanut butter. Dog-friendly peanut butter before I get cancelled. So I thought I would do, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, your assumption... Did you just burp? Ugh. As you can probably tell by the title of the video, I've asked you your assumptions about me and I'm gonna answer them, debunk them, maybe avoid them, who knows? So, shall we get started? The dog's just gonna chill here, I feel. He's also just looking out the window and be like, I wanna go out there and play with the squirrels. All right, so, first assumption, you still do your food shopping in Tesco. Do you know what it is? I actually don't do my food shopping anywhere specific. Tesco is, I'd say, the shop of choice, but there's a really good, really massive Sainsbury's near me that is better than the Tesco near me. So that's my shop of choice, to be honest, at the moment. But I'm not fussy. Well, actually, I am fussy. It would be Sainsbury's, Tesco, or M&S. Sometimes Waitrose, but I don't love Waitrose. I mean, I like it. Just in terms of the shop. I don't know, maybe it's just my local one. I do like the food from Waitrose. Anyway, you still do your food shopping in Tesco? No. Wrong. Oh, do you want to get down? Go on then. Also, do we love my wicked phone case? I'm still obsessed. This is from Casetify, by the way. Hashtag not an ad. You're actually quite shy. I wouldn't say I'm shy, but sometimes in real life, I'm maybe not as confident as I might come across. I don't think I'm shy, but also I think it depends on the day. Like some days I do feel really like insecure and shy and socially anxious. And then some days I don't. Like it honestly just depends. In general, I would say that's wrong. I don't think I'm shy. I'm so shy. No, I'm not shy. But something that does make me laugh is like, I see comments on my video like social anxiety fears her on videos where I'm like doing stuff in public. And that's so funny because when I'm doing these things, or if I was like, you know, at the train station by myself, sometimes I do feel like really socially anxious. And these videos are just me like faking it till I make it because it's like, you have to, like, I don't know. I've said it in vlogs before, but you don't grow inside your comfort zone. So like I have to keep putting myself in these situations, and sometimes I feel like I do thrive in those types of situations. But yeah, I definitely do have a little bit of social anxiety and like nervousness on the day to day. I'm not just fully like, yay, I'm so confident all the time. Anyway, I'm sorry, look how many there are to get through. You make New Year's resolutions you don't stick to, and then in brackets, not in a mean way. Thanks for confirming. Do you know what? Probably correct. I feel like New Year's resolutions and having set goals and stuff like that is not something I'm like super on top of, if that makes any sense. I like to think that I can set a New Year's resolution and stick to it. But to be honest, every single day I wake up and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to make sure I drink lots of water, and then I don't, like literally today. And I've already still got a whole glass that I haven't drank. So I would say that assumption is probably correct, that I say I'm going to do all these things and then I don't do them. But I'm just a girl. I can't do everything, you know? You sing the How Very Hannah intro song all the time. Correct. Oh my God, you guys, it's really happening. My life has been changed for the better, and I'm seizing the day and spinning into the spotlight. I love it. I absolutely love it. And every time I watch the podcast, because basically it gets edited, sent to me to watch over and approve. And every time it gets sent to me, I watch the whole intro, listen to the whole intro every time because I just think it's a bop. Not that I'm a narcissist and I love listening to my own voice. I just like the song. It's just stagey and fun and familiar and I like it. Oh! Only child energy. Right? Hey, nothing wrong with being an only child. But this is wrong. And I think when I tell you what child I am, it will make even more sense. I get that you might think it's only child energy, but I'm a middle child. So it's middle child energy. Just let that sink in. Do you see it? Yeah, middle child energy through and through. So wrong. You and Nuno are getting married.
You did not say that.
Yeah, they did.
Next question.
Okay, next question. You love Ruben more than Nuno. I'm joking. Do you know what? I could never choose who I love more. I love them both equal. That is true. Look at him. Oh, I mean, how can you not love him? He wants to go for a walk so bad. He cocked his head. He wants to go for a walk so badly, but he's not allowed. Okay, moving on. You love dogs. Correct. Although, fun fact, when I was younger, I used to be really scared of dogs to the point where if there was a dog walking past us, even on the other side of the pavement, I'd like cry. I was that kid. It says a lot, doesn't it? But I think, no, I do love dogs now. And although I do sometimes get a little bit scared of bigger dogs because we did have quite a traumatic experience with Ruben where oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever told this story, but basically Ruben got attacked it was when we were doing rehearsals for Six. I took him out for a quick walk around the park before rehearsals and there was a big dog in there that we see quite often that's kind of gone for him before, but it's been on lead. It was off the lead and it just shot over to us, put its mouth around Ruben's back like that and just like was shaking him. Like honestly, it was awful. And I'm not going to say the breed of dog because I don't think that it's like specific to that breed and I think that wouldn't be fair to like make that assumption, but it was really traumatic. So whenever I see that breed of dog, and I know not all dogs of that breed are going to be like that, and it's like I know that, I just do get a little bit scared and maybe do cross the road, which is probably passing my anxiety onto Ruben, but I just can't help it. So yeah, I do love dogs, but I am wary around some dogs, if that makes sense. But like when we got him, I was amazed at how quickly I'm, sticking my hand down his throat to pull out chicken bones and stuff he's eating off the side of the road, and I'm not scared. Like I'm literally face to face with him like that and he would never hurt me. And yeah, so I love pretty much all dogs. You are a professional ballet dancer. Incorrect. I mean, no, I haven't done ballet in ages. I don't even think I've got any ballet shoes anymore. I should probably get some in case an audition comes up. But truly, ballet was one of these classes at college that I was like, oh, really? And we used to have it every morning. I think it was in my second year, we had ballet every single morning, which is incredible for your technique and like building that like core technique. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite thing in the world. I think I just wanted to just woo and be free and dance and have fun, and that wasn't that for me, but I can see why it is that for a lot of people. Yeah, ballet isn't my favorite. I love to watch ballet, but it's not my favorite thing to do, and I'm definitely not a professional ballet dancer. I don't know where that assumption's come from, but that's hugely wrong. You have a job but not telling us. Emoji and emoji. Incorrect. If I had a job, I would already be hinting at it by now, I'm pretty sure. I have not booked any jobs. I think I've had like 3 auditions since Six finished. Haven't booked any of them so far. And I'm not hiding anything, I promise. Even if I did book something, it would probably be a case where I wouldn't be allowed to say anything anyway. So I can see why people think I'm like hiding it, which is kind of like a double-edged sword at this point. But I definitely haven't booked a job. But I'm also really happy with other stuff that I'm doing. I always say it's like I've got my theatre career and then I've got my Hannah Lowther career, and Hannah Lowther being the brand, me obviously as a person because that's my name, but the brand and my social media stuff and my presenting stuff and the podcast and my YouTube and stuff like that, and then my theatre career. And the Hannah Lowther brand stuff right now is really exciting and really busy, and that is such an important part of my career as well. So I'm spending a lot of time focusing on that and definitely have things coming, and I don't want to pin all of my self-worth on having a theatre job, which is definitely something I've struggled with in the past couple of months. But I'm getting through it, and I'm realising that my success is in the Hanalauda, which is so weird that I'm calling Hanalauda that because that's my name, but I'm starting to feel the excitement around the Hanalauda brand side of my career and my life, and it's all very exciting. Obviously, I'm still auditioning, and theatre and performing is always the goal. That's what I want to do, that's what I train to do, that's what I love to do. But I also just love the other side too. So I'm trying to just keep them I've been in this theatre land for a 1.5-year contract, and I'm just bringing everything, and it's going to go, what is this? Woo! It's continuing to go up, hopefully like that, because I don't think it will ever go up like this. Beep, beep, beep. Make sense? Kind of. Okay. You wear socks to bed? No. I do not wear socks to bed. How random's that? No, I couldn't, I don't think. Unless I was freezing cold. Like in the winter when it's really, really cold, I might be like, my toes are cold, and I just wear socks to bed. But when I wake up, they won't be on. Does anyone ever get that? Like, you wear stuff to bed and then you wake up in the morning and it's like you're not wearing your socks anymore. I don't know what I'm doing in my sleep, but I'm taking my socks off. Okay, this one, it's hard to read out loud, but I do know it's an assumption that lots of people, I guess, have. This person has said, I don't mean it, you're amazing, in brackets, so they obviously don't mean it, but they know that it's something that people are thinking, that you're not good enough to play a real role. So what I'm really, really trying to do, and what I have been trying to do on social media and in real life, is to remove this stigma around like a real role. Like the role I had in 6 of playing 3 of the queens on any different occasion and being off stage, that is a real role within musical theatre and all theatre, and often requires essentially more skills or a different set of skills than it would be to play one role full time. And I'm in no way saying that I'm more skilled than anyone who only plays one role at all. But I think we underestimate the range of skill it takes to do that. So I can see why that is an assumption if I'm always understudying, or if I'm always in the ensemble, always alternating. But they are roles that so many people would absolutely dream of having. For me, the goal is to always continue growing and doing new things, and going from ensemble to alternate to playing the role, or things like that, and progressing within my career and doing new things and doing bigger shows, or doing shows in dream venues and stuff like that. When I was an alternate in 6, I played the real role for weeks, for months. I think, let me actually check how many shows I did as each queen, because I of course kept a tally, 6 show tally of every single show I did. I played the real role 242 times. I did Howard 149, Par 88, and Berlin 5. For the audience that came to watch the show on those days, I was the real role. I was the real deal, if that's what, in inverted commas, you know what this means. So yeah, I feel happy with that, and happy with where I'm at, and also happy that I want to continue progressing, continue growing, and continue trying new things, playing new roles, and just getting to do what I love. I hope that makes sense. But also, a lot of people who have this assumption about any performer, oh yeah, they're not that good, or I don't think they're good enough to play blah blah blah. I don't think I've ever actually seen these people perform. So this is what I sometimes don't like about bootlegs, because it takes so much away from the real live performance. I might see a video of someone on TikTok and be like, oh, maybe not my favourite performance. Obviously, I'm not going to say that or comment that or anything. And then go and see them live and be like, they were the star of the show, they're amazing. So I think it always depends. You were a rebel at a young age. Wrong. Very wrong. I was like, if there's a rule, I'm going to stick to it. It would actually anger me quite a lot when people didn't stick to the rules. And I think this came out in me again when it was COVID times and I was working at Tesco, and there was all these rules about, what did we call it? Social distancing, and rules about how many times you can leave the house a day, and you could do an hour-long walk and stuff like that, and essential journeys only, essential shopping only. And I worked in a Tesco Express, and people were just coming along buying a Kinder Bueno and then going home. And I used to be like, well, that's not essential. And I was Karen, because I was like, these are rules. I've learned to let go a bit now, But yeah, I've definitely noticed that about myself. I am like, if there's a rule, I'm gonna or if there's instructions, I really want to stick to them. I assume that you will get a dream job in the next year. I'm happy with that assumption. Let's go with that, Mia, because I would very much love, but we'll see. I have no clue. You are very emotional. Correct. I am very emotional. I cry, I actually think every day, a little bit. Not because don't feel bad for me, not because I'm crying because I'm so sad, but I don't know, I feel things very intensely, even if I'm just watching a sad advert or, you know, I'm seeing an older person walking by themselves. Things like that set me off. So yes, I'm a very emotional person, but I'm fine with that most of the time. This one actually made my jaw drop. You find Crocs really uncomfortable, but just wear them because they pay you to. No! Ruben's like, no. How could you say that about my mom? No way. In fact, they don't pay me to wear Crocs. I've done a campaign with Crocs, but I've been an avid Crocs wearer for years before they ever wanted to work with me at all. So obviously this brand partnership that's happened in the past few months has been like my perfect brand deal because it's a product that I absolutely love. Like, ask any of my friends, I'm obsessed. I need to do a Crocs haul to show you how many pairs I have because I have a lot. And also I buy a pair of Crocs for every, well, not for every job, but for most jobs that I do. And I have a pair of SpongeBob Crocs, bright yellow with loads of SpongeBob gibbets. And I was thinking of maybe auctioning them off for charity or something like that because they're really cool. And my 6 Crocs are also really cool. I've like put loads of gemstones on them. So maybe keep an eye out. You secretly despise someone you have previously worked with. I mean, despise is a strong word. I wouldn't say despise at all, but like any workplace, personalities are gonna go together and personalities are gonna clash. And what's the opposite of clash? Gel? Blend? Mix? I don't know. Personalities are gonna gel and personalities are gonna clash. Either way, I think despise is a very strong way to put it. But absolutely, there's been jobs where, you know, I finished the job and said, okay, they're not my people. They're not the type of people that, or they're not the type of person that I want to stay in contact with all the time afterwards. Obviously, I'm not a nasty person. If I saw someone, I'm going to be nice to them and I'm going to have a catch up with them because when you do a job with someone, you're naturally going to share lots of experiences and go through stuff together. So you're always going to have that connection with someone, whether you get on as people or not. So yeah, there's definitely people I've worked with in the past that I wouldn't rush to go for coffee with and hang out with in, you know, the future. But I wish everybody well, and I totally get that we're all different human beings. You're not going to get on with everyone, and also I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea either, and that's okay. I think I learned that in the past year, that it's okay if people don't like me. All I can do is be myself, and if you don't like me, then that's okay, because I don't like you either. No, I'm joking. Next one, you have ADHD, question mark, question mark. Not officially, I don't. I've never been diagnosed with it. Obviously, there's lots of conversations around that online, and I do see videos mostly every day and think, wow, that's me. That's traits that I have. But I've never officially had a diagnosis or figured all that out. Maybe one day in the future I will, but right now I'm going to disagree and say that I don't. But who knows? I might. People watching this video are like, wow, she definitely does. Ooh, juicy one. You are happy to leave 6 and won't return for emergency cover. True, no, I'm kidding. It was not that I was happy to leave 6. It definitely ended at a good time for me. 1.5 years is a long time to be in a contract and a show that's really intense and a building that's also really, really intense. Not in a bad way, but I think it's just the nature of the show. If they needed me to return for emergency cover, I would definitely consider it. But I am super busy at the moment with all my other stuff and I wouldn't want it to affect that or hinder that. And if I was to go back, I wouldn't be doing it with any of the people that I was in the cast with before, which is what made the show so special. So I would definitely consider going back. Maybe not right now. If they wanted me to go in and play Catherine Howard for a month or something, for example, or Catherine Parr or Anne Boleyn, maybe not, for like a month, I would absolutely consider that. But the odd show here and there, I'm like, I don't know. If they want me to go to Broadway, hit me up. I say that all the time and they're not reaching out, so whatever. Okay, you're a picky eater. Yes, I am. I'm an extremely picky eater. I don't know what it is. It's not like even so much the flavors, it's the textures and it's the familiarity. When I go to a restaurant, if it's one you've been to before, I will just order the same thing every time I go because that's what I know I'm gonna like. And I don't venture out and try loads of exotic new things. So yeah, I'd say I'm a picky eater. I'm getting a bit better, but I just like to stick to what I know and stick to my routine. Actually, the routine's not great right now. Yeah, I'm a picky eater. I love chicken nuggets. And that's about it, and I'm kidding. I try my best, all right? Okay, Olivia says, right, this is so not true, but I've heard people say you only got Heathers because you blew up on socials. I blew up like JD tried to blow up the school. Well, thanks for saying it's not true. I don't know. I'm divided on this one because how the story goes, sit down, have a listen, is they were doing a new production of Heathers, right? I had started making content. I think maybe I had about, I don't know how many followers I had. Anyway, by this point, because during lockdown I'd built up a bit of a following, it wasn't at the level I'm at now. It was maybe 400,000 followers, maybe 300,000 followers. And well, which is crazy because that's still so many people, is mad. I was actually invited to an event at the Theatre Cafe, rest in peace. And I met Amy Hart. You remember Amy Hart from Love Island? She's a massive stagey hun. I've got to get her on How Very Hannah. I met her, we filmed an Outfit of the Day video together. She was like, oh my God, I love you. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. And we became friends. Anyway, Paul Taylor Mills, one of the producers of Heathers, was looking for a new cast for the production that I did. And they were like going to Paul and Amy are friends, right? I had mutual friends with Paul, but I had never met him, I don't think. Maybe in passing, but I didn't know him. We just followed each other on Instagram. Anyway, Amy said, well, if you're looking for a cast for Heathers, why don't you look at Hannah Lauser? She's like built up this following, blah, blah, blah. And that was fine. And then Paul messaged me and said, hey, we'd love for you to do a self-tape for Heathers. And I was like, okay, big slay. I obviously filmed a self-tape within an hour of getting that message. I was just like, I like looking at buying stuff they cannot, straight away. Sent it through and then they sent some feedback and then I did another self-tape and then I got it. So could you say that I got Heathers because of social media? Yes, you absolutely could. But could you also say that I could have built up this following on social media, sent a self-tape off, been awful, or not been what they were looking for, and then be like, actually, no, thanks. They absolutely could have done that. So I would like to think that it wasn't 100% based off of social media, but social media definitely helped me become known by Amy, by Paul, to then see me for an audition. So that's what I think about that. But also, if people want to think that I'm getting roles because of social media, then I kind of don't mind. I'm like, okay, cool, come and see me in it, and then know that I can actually do it. You know, it can get exhausting just thinking that you have something to prove all the time. You kind of just have to let that go at a certain point and think, well, people are going to think that I don't have any control over what they think, so let me just do me. I'm just going to, you do you, boo, you know? Okay, final one. I bet you poop glitter, from Alexandra Morris, my best friend. Correct, I do, actually. Just pure glitter like a unicorn. So that assumption would be a correct. Obviously not. I poop like any normal person, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this different style of classic YouTube video. For now, I'll be doing the Chubby Bunny challenge next, just you wait. Please make sure to subscribe. I know there's people watching this that don't subscribe because I can see it. YouTube gives us all the stats. So please hit subscribe. It will help me out so much. Make sure you're following me on all the socials and all the How Very Hannah socials and listening to the pod. I hope you're absolutely loving it. I'm definitely having the best time with it and it's all very exciting. Stay tuned. Oh, big stretch. Whoa, that stretch made me dizzy. I'm gonna drink some water and I will see you next week for another maybe vlog, maybe sit down video. Who knows? Who knows? You decide. Actually, I decide. All right, bye. That song is so catchy. Just to say hi to everyone because it's literally like therapy having a dog in the building.
Oh my god, in a bag!
Guys, this is big.
Oh,
Wait, look, the jumps in the best bit.
she's so tiny.
North Face coat on. Yeah.
Oh my god, look at the little jacket.
Pod dog.
Oh.
Pod dog. Just turn your
I look really shiny. Anyway, look who's here today.
It's Binks.
Oh my gosh, this is episode 5. It's Tom Scanlon,
Yay! And Binks.
Binks!
You can just make it sing a bit, be like,
Yeah.
Ruben's gonna be well annoyed.
Ruben's gonna be
Yeah.
fuming.
What is that noise? Is that the getting the dog?
That's the noise that Hannah has learnt that Binks likes. So she does that now.
Farted, she's just farted. Take her back.
She felt
Wee!
There was all the programs.
Once upon a time, there was a stagey girl with a big dream. She hoped, dreamed, and prayed to work at Tesco. Wait, someone's written this script wrong. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
Oh my
whoa.
god, you guys, it's How very Hannah. How very Hannah. How very Hannah. Your front row, so how very Hannah.
That's
It's the
stupid.
lights. How very Hannah. That's too bright. How very Hannah. That was alright. Let's go.
Oh, that's so good! Yeah! Oh, I'm so proud of you for that. Oh,
She's like, stop it. Do you like
that's
it?
so good.
Professional, isn't it?
Yeah,
just got a TV show.
that's so good. How very Hannah, bum bum. How very Hannah, bum bum.